Hey everybody, I wanted to share a webinar that I've been sharing with a lot of people this season and haven't seen a lot of you for a while. So I wanted to just give you guys a little bit of information about how to boost your immune system during the season that we're in right now with COVID and flu season and things like that. You know, one of the misnomers I think we have is that there's a season for illness, and it's really not the best way to look at it. The best way to look at it as is to really take time to boost your immune system all year long, because if you do that, you can prevent seasonal illness to come into your life. Typically, seasons of COVID or um, flu or things like that will increase during this season of the holidays when there's a lot of stress and we're not getting out in the sun. And so, if you think about not getting out of the sun, you think about vitamin D and having good levels of vitamin D in the body, which increase your immunity. So that's one thing that I wanted to talk with you guys about too, is how to protect your immune system even during times when there's increases in illness. Typically, you'll find that being the case when we are not in the sun. So fall through spring, take vitamin D. That's one thing I would recommend. So let's go ahead and get started with this, and I'll share a little bit as we go along. So most of you guys know me. I'm a doctor of natural medicine, or otherwise known as a traditional naturopath. I'm board certified. I'm also a massage therapist licensed in the state of Texas. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in psychology. You'll find that a lot of the things that I mentioned during this webinar are belief systems and how we feel and how we think cause our action. I'm also a master herbalist, so I know how to work herbs as medicine in the body. And the Ananda hemp certification just simply means I know how to work with cannabis and I know how the cannabinoid system works in the body. It's a tongue twister. And then I'm a nature and food lover, without a doubt. Anybody that knows me knows this about me. And then, of course, the power of thought is huge in my life. So if you're squeamish, look away. This is what I do. I help people get healthy. And so one of the things that people find that are first indicators of illness are scratchy, itchy skin, funguses that are coming off of toenails, dandruff, things like that in the hair. Any skin issues are a major indicator that there's something going on inside of the body, and it's showing up on the skin. The skin is the largest organ of the body, and it likes to get rid of things. It likes to get things out. So a lot of times we can't do that if we have dry skin that's thickening, that sort of thing, itchy, eczema, funguses, and things like that. So this is kind of where I live every day. I see patients and clients that have skin issues, that have digestive issues, that have chronic pain, gas and bloating, sinus issues. So upper respiratory is typically something's going on inside the body. So I have to have a lot of clients that come in for that. High blood pressure, low blood sugar, high blood sugar, craving sugar. So I deal with a lot of that oftentimes. And so this is what I do. This is my typical client coming in with some skin issue or aches and pains, even coming full circle with negative thoughts to come along with these issues, especially with the kiddos' behavior issues. So what affects your immunity? Fear and negative thought is the very first one I put there because it controls you, and it creates stress in your body. Your cortisol levels go up, your immune system goes down. It's amazing how fast that happens. So it's really important to control your thoughts. Processed foods. So all those refined puffed grains and breads and all those yummy things that we eat that are super yummy and stick in our teeth, and we have to, suck our teeth later afterward, all that stuff that gets stuck in there, those are bad for your immunity because it spikes the blood sugar. And you'll find that theme throughout is anything that causes blood sugars to increase will cause your immunity to go down. Again, sugar, drugs, alcohol, those things are going to cause fluctuations. They're going to cause the liver to decrease in health, and the pancreas has to work really hard to pump out insulin to balance out your sugars, and that can lower your immune system. So something to think about there. Just look at what you're eating every day. And if you have a high processed boxed food pantry, you may want to make some changes there. Just reach out to me and I can help if you need some ideas. How do you increase immunity? So organic foods. If you eat foods that are not organic, you find that there's a lot of chemicals that get stored in the body. The liver doesn't identify chemicals other than it's a toxin. So what does the liver do? It normally will tell the body to store it in the fat areas of the body. So the fatty tissue will end up storing those toxins, or it'll overtax other systems of the body, like the kidneys, the intestinal tract, things like that. So the more organic foods you can get, the better you're going to feel, the better your body's going to react, and the higher immune system you're going to have. Positive thoughts, there it is again. What you think creates a strong immune system or not. So if you are feeling blue all the time and you need help with that, reach out to someone to help you with that so you can lessen your effects when you're out and about, when there is a season of illness going on. So what you want to do is make sure that you're having positive thoughts. I am healthy. I am well. Those are some of the thoughts that you can have possibly. So specific supplementation, we'll go into that in a little bit. There's that sunlight again. If you're not getting out in the sun, even in the winter, your vitamin D levels go low. So if you have darker skin, you might want to consider taking a vitamin D supplement all year long, because you have something called melanin in your skin, and that actually will block the sun absorption. So the darker the skin, the more vitamin D you need, or the longer you need to stay out into the sun. So with my fairer clients, I would be considered a fairer client. I would be able to stay out in the sun maybe 20 minutes a day without any sunscreen on and get plenty of vitamin D. So something to consider there. Get outside. Don't be afraid. Going back to positive thinking, it's okay to go outside and get sun so you can increase your immune system. Clean water. I have a lot of people ask me, what's the best filtration system? There's so many out there now. If you can just put one of those simple, pure faucet, simple as that, put it on your faucet and you can run your filtered water through that. Or there's so many, AquaTrue, Berkey. I could go on for days about clean water to have it, whole house systems, that sort of thing. If you're going to buy your water at the store, if you're going to buy bottled water, the plastic bottles are not great, but if that's what you're doing, buy reverse osmosis. What is reverse osmosis? They have distilled the water and then put in minerals. So what you want to do is by drinking water, it's called drinking water. That has been put through the reverse osmosis process. So reverse osmosis is probably the best way to filter your water. And of course, increasing your immunity with sleep. If you are not a good sleeper, you need to figure it out. I can help with that. You can talk to other people like me that can help with sleep. Sleep is super important. The first 4 hours are for physical restoration. The last 4 hours are for mental restoration. So if you're not sleeping well and you're waking up in the first 4 hours or the last 4 hours, or heck, you're not getting hardly any at all, then you're not completely and totally restoring yourself physically or mentally. So you really need to consider getting a good 6 hours to 8 hours of sleep a night. You can get up a couple times, but go back to sleep after. So if you're not doing that, then reach out to someone that can help. So how can you get healthy if you're not? I jokingly put this picture of let coffee be thy medicine, but coffee can help with certain things. It has antioxidants. If you're drinking coffee, make sure that it's organic, because it's one of the 2 highest pesticided, chemicaled plants in the world. So coffee is super important to get organic. Really, really important to remember that. Exercising daily. If you are not exercising, your lymphatic system is not moving. And so you're sluggish inside and you need to get moving. So I say start out with 5 minutes, work up to 10. A week later, do 15. The week after that, work up to 20. Get to where you're at least walking 1 to 2 miles a day. or moving for that long of a period. So it doesn't have to necessarily be walking, but definitely exercising for that long always is beneficial. So water intake, make sure that you're having about a half ounce for every pound that you weigh. You can increase this over time because this is really difficult to do for a lot of people. And I completely understand. All of us have trouble with the water. So if you want to flavor it with some lemon, or, you know, do what you need to do to get it to where you want it, right? You really want to make sure that you're getting the good, fresh, clean water, because it detoxifies the body and it helps move the fluids when you exercise. It helps move the toxins out. Make sure you're eating about 3 healthy meals a day. A lot of people snack all day long and they never get that true full meal. Snacking is fine. However, there's a lot of research that's gone out right now that's talking about how fasting is important. Well, if you eat 3 meals a day, you're allowing your digestive system to rest in between those meals instead of snacking every 2 hours. It takes, depending on what you've eaten, it takes 3 to 4 hours for your stomach to get emptied anyway. So if you're eating 3 meals a day and you have a little bit of hunger in between those 3 meals, that's, for me, a lot of times considered fasting for me and a lot of my clients. Gives your digestive system a rest and also increases immunity. So make sure you're eating vegetables. Minerals come from our vegetables. So make sure you're eating your greens, spinach, chard, carrot tops, cilantros, any sort of herb is really nice. Root vegetables are high in minerals as well. So eat anywhere from 6 to 9 cups of vegetables a day. You can have more than that if you'd like. And it really makes a huge difference in your immune system. Make sure that you're minimizing your sugar intake, maybe 20 or 30 grams a day. This is difficult to do when you start tracking it. So, you know, again, incrementally decrease over time if you're one of those people that eat sugar all day long. You can eat chocolate, 85% or higher. A lot of people start with 60% or higher, and just have a little bit if you want it. If you don't like chocolate, if you don't do well with chocolate, don't eat chocolate. I'm just going to put that note out there right now. But if you like it, you can have it. Don't forget to eat healthy fats. And yes, I mean fats. It helps your immune system, it helps your nervous system, and it actually increases your happy cholesterol. So something to think about there. Let's get into fats. So why is it so important? Brain function, the nervous system, right? It helps make your cardiovascular system more pliable instead of brittle. So it helps lubricate the vascular system. It really makes your skin look better. Helps moisten skin, gets rid of some wrinkles, helps make hormones in the body. If people are slowing down on their hormone production, if you eat a healthy fat diet, then you'll have less of that going on. Helps improve your metabolism by helping your thyroid. One note I'd like to make here about your thyroid is that it has to piggyback. The iodine is what nourishes the thyroid, okay? It has to piggyback to the thyroid on fat. So if you're not having any fat, the iodine can't get to the thyroid. So just a note there, healthy fats are important for your metabolism. The digestive lining, it helps heal and seal it. And we already talked about the blood vessels. So what are healthy foods and snacks? Well, here they are. Root vegetables, cut up veggies, cut up root vegetables, beets, carrots, grass-fed butter, nuts, seeds, coconut oil, ghee, raw dairy, pastured eggs, wild-caught salmon, organic meal replacement shakes. So there's a lot on the market. Make sure they're organic. Avocados are great. You can do all sorts of things with avocados. So here are some healthy snacks and foods that you can incorporate. Chia seeds are great. Hemp seeds are great. Flax are great. All the nuts and seeds. Leafy greens, especially. You know, I do fast food, and my fast food is a quick throw down salad. That's my fast food. Just throw it in a bowl, all the veggies. I get my 4 or 5 cups in right there, and I can have probably another bowl later on of something else, and I'm good for the whole day. So something to consider there. Boiling eggs is a really great snack if you can eat eggs, if you're not allergic. So some foods to avoid in order for your immune system to stay top notch. are the soybeans, vegetable, canola, and corn oils. You need to stay away from those, especially if they're hydrogenated, which means they've been kind of whipped up, aerated. Processed foods, microwave meals are super high in salt. So are fast foods and chemicals. So you want to try to minimize those as much as you can. Of course, fresh juices are better than fruit juices that you buy concentrate from the store. However, any juice is going to spike your blood sugar. So make sure you're trying to minimize that. Sodas, depending on the soda, but most sodas are not great as far as your immune system and boosting it is concerned. Any sort of sweetened drinks, those energy drinks that are out there, Monsters, the kids love them and they're not great for your immune system. And then of course, alcohol. The holidays are coming up. So just, have fun, but know that you need to get back on the horse, so to speak, back on the wagon after you've had maybe a few beverages. You might want to consider taking some milk thistle or some herbs to kind of counterbalance those things. And also digestive enzymes. I always tell people digestive enzymes are important. So starchy processed foods, not just starchy foods, right? But starchy processed foods. So processed grains, breads, rices, pastas, crackers, chips, cake, candy, cookies, donuts, and ice cream. Now you hate me and you've shut this video off. If you're still with me, thanks for staying with me, because this list is really comprehensive. And during this season, we're going to have some of these things, I'm sure. But just know that if you minimize it, you'll help your immune system so much more. Prescription drugs, unless they're life-saving, guys, prescription drugs are chemical. Unless you're taking prescribed vitamins, they're chemicals. And so if they're saving your life, take them. If they're not saving your life, go back to your doctor and say, why am I taking this? A lot of prescription drugs lower your immune system, period. They just do. So consider that. Looking at all your medication that you're taking, make sure that you're not lowering your immune system by taking these prescribed drugs. What supplements do you take? I've talked about vitamin D already. You can get it from the sun. You can also get it from a supplement. If you're not taking one and you need a recommendation, reach out, let me know. I can help you with that. Vitamin C, a lot of people take upwards of 2,000 milligrams a couple of times a day. We don't manufacture vitamin C in our bodies. We have to get it from our food or supplementation. And vitamin C, it helps with collagen production. It also helps with B vitamin production. And actually the process of B vitamins, if you are low in vitamin C, you will look on lab work as anemic. So I always tell people, make sure you're taking enough vitamin C. So the only way to know when you're taking too much is if you get diarrhea after you take it. So if you don't get diarrhea after you take it, you're not taking too much. It's very safe. Glutathione. Glutathione is an antioxidant that is produced in the body, but a lot of us have a decreased glutathione in the body. Glutathione directly affects the lungs. Tylenol knocks out glutathione production. So if you get a fever and if you take Tylenol and you have an upper respiratory infection, you do not have enough glutathione to help you fight off that respiratory infection. So this is just a note here for people who are worried or concerned and have negative thinking about current viral load that's out in the world and it affecting your lungs, right? So glutathione is super important. What form do you take it in though? Liposomal glutathione or reduced glutathione. Those are the two that I recommend. Just know that Tylenol affects the glutathione production in the body. It's a problem. So what I would recommend if you get an upper respiratory infection, if you get a fever and you don't know how to manage a fever, reach out. Tylenol is not your answer if you have lung issues. Zinc is super important. I want to talk about zinc for just a second. A lot of doctors right now for this particular virus that's out are prescribing 200 milligrams of zinc. 200 milligrams of zinc is fine. However, it can cause you to lose your sense of taste and smell. A lot of people were saying that one of the symptoms of COVID were losing your sense of taste and smell, when in reality, it was the 200 milligrams of zinc that they were taking. So just a note there But you can take too much of zinc. And if you take too much of zinc, you will have a loss of smell and taste. So typically, zinc is taken in 30 milligrams, 30 milligram doses. Now, if your doctor prescribes you more than that, that's fine. But just know that you will lose your sense of taste and smell, and it will be fine and it will return. I promise. Here's some healthy fats, essential fatty acids. Those can be taken in supplement form. Whole food multivitamin and mineral. If you're not eating organic foods, if you're trashing your body with processed foods, you want to take a whole food multivitamin and mineral. If you need one, just reach out. Digestive enzymes. I cannot talk enough about digestive enzymes. They help every process in the body because they help you break down your food. They're wonderful. If you need a recommendation, let me know. Probiotics, same thing. A lot of people, though, take too many strains. They think, oh my gosh, more is better. And in this case, it's really simple. You may need just 1 or 2. So if you're taking like 50 different strains, or really like 14 or so, reach out and let me know, and I can help you figure that out, because sometimes it's too much, and too much too often can overwhelm the system. And it can actually, your body's working on getting rid of that as opposed to fighting something else that it's supposed to fight. So there's a balance there. Thoughts equals feelings, feelings equal action. And it can cause your immune system to go down if you have negative thinking. So positive thoughts. I am healthy. I am well. Look at the world with joy. Turn off the TV. Stop watching the craziness that's going on out there and put something positive in your mind so you can start boosting your immune system. Right now, I think we've become information junkies, right? With everything that's going on in the world. And you can create an amazing, joyful experience for yourself if you want to, but you have to choose it. So have a joyful attitude, force yourself to, eat healthy, move your body, and feel better. So if you've got any questions, just reach out to me, guys. I would love to hear from you. There's some of you guys that I haven't heard from in forever. I would love to hear from you, believe me. And if you want to reach out and talk with me about whatever this webinar had to give to you today, just go to my website, sallywendell.com, and book a free 20 minutes with me. I would love to get in touch with you again and talk with you about your health and help you figure out what's best for your life right now, because you can have absolutely the best life possible. So reach out to me. Let me go back here to this last slide so you can have this information. Take a screenshot of this if you need it. sallywendell.com, sally@sallywendell.com. There's my number if you don't have it. So let me know if you want to talk, reach out, get on my website and let me know. So take care.